We are building a green bin house, a house that we are going to rent out as a VRBO. It's on the front part of our property, so it's far enough away that we're not right on top of each other, but close enough where we can maintain it and take care of it. It has been taking a while because we are doing it financially as we have the money and just working on it. My husband has basically done everything himself. He's had help here and there from grandchildren that are, teenagers, but basically he's done all the work. We were able to get 3 bids. We sold a Jeep. And decided to take that money and get a bid on siding and roofing and plumbing and concrete. You can see above where I talk about those bids and what we decided. The only bid I haven't talked about was the concrete, and I wanted to wait until it was all finished. And you'll see why when we get to the end, why I delayed this video. We got a bid on the concrete and we had to separate. The 2 guys that came in to do the forms and actually spread the concrete, that was $1,200, and they did 2 slabs. And then the truck came in and they wanted their money right away, and that was $1,600. And I think it was like 7.5 yards, if I remember correctly. But that's what the bid was. We felt like, he went out, looked at other places. That seemed fair. So here we go. My husband does have a dump truck, so he did go out and get the gravel for the forms. And of course, anytime you do anything, right, there's a problem. And in this picture, you can see he's dumped the gravel, but guess what? The dump truck is not going up far enough to dump it. There was something wrong, and he actually had to take all of that out by hand. And then later, it's fixed now and it works. But at the time, we had to get the gravel there by a certain date, and you do what you have to do, right? So on a Monday, the guys for the form show up and the Amish showed up all at once. And when the Amish got there, they went through the materials and they gave my husband a big material list to add to it of things that they needed. So he had to run to the store. I'm left to be there to make sure everything's okay. So here you can see pictures where they're putting the forms in and spreading the gravel. The concrete truck showed up right on time. So again, very, very, very busy day. And you can see already there he's pouring the concrete from the truck into the forms. Now I want you to pay attention as you're watching these pictures. Look at the form on the side of this large porch. So it's pretty big. Of course, you see the gravel going in. When we get that side view, I want you to look at the forms. I kind of questioned why there was only 1 piece of wood there, not 2. Again, I'm not a concrete person, so I took their answer. The guy just told me, he said, the rocks are there. When we're finished and we take all the forms out, then you have to go get some dirt, some soil, and build that up. And I said, well, what about going deeper on the side? And he basically just told me, after he explained all that, later he came over and whispered to me, well, normally we put 2, but it's too hard to get the metal rods out. So I only put 1, but it'll be okay. All you have to do is put lots of soil, just build it up. It'll be just fine. Again, okay. The process that you see here is called screeding. That's what they're doing, is basically just making sure all the concrete fills the holes inside the form. So even though they're smoothing it out as they do it, this is not the final step in smoothing the concrete. You also notice the guy on the right using a trowel. That's called troweling. He's making sure all the edges are getting filled up next to the forms. And now they're still smoothing. They're going to smooth this out as much as they can. That's called a floating device. It comes in, the trowel is considered a floating device. Anything that's smoothing. You can do it by hand. There's machines. There's all kinds of different ways. I have to tell you a quick story. Look up in the left-hand corner where I circled. You can see the Amish working. Well, they literally were climbing up the side of the framing to get up there to do the roof. I mean, they were no ladders, nothing. That's how they were working. My husband wasn't really here and wasn't sure if he should offer the lift. They're actually from the old order Amish, so he wasn't sure if he should offer the lift. And it was interesting to watch them. They were just literally climbing over the framing to get up there, and that's exactly how they were going to do the whole job. Later, my husband said something to me. He said, I have it. If I understand if you don't want to use it, it's fine. Well, by the end of the job, they were driving it, lifting it up and down, and they absolutely loved it. So yes, they used it. They did not climb the whole time. So I just wanted to throw that in. The truck has moved to the front porch. So while one of the workers is floating this and smoothing it out, the other one is spreading the pour as it goes into the front porch. I will have a photo of this front porch and the roof of it at the end of the video, so you need to watch and see that. It's really neat. The boss showed up to check on the workers and, of course, to collect money. And the concrete truck is leaving, also collected money. Nobody left without it. While it's curing, drying, the workers stayed and chatted and waited for it to cure. You can see the Amish's vehicle there. They came in on the horse and buggy. They're putting the final touches on the porch. There's a line there for the crack.
And here's just relief joints up at cracks. It's supposed to crack in this.
Nailing those boards up on the end and smoothing it out. This is what the Amish got done today. They put tie back up. And here's your final product. Now everything looks nice, doesn't it? I'm going to take you on a tour. You can look at that and you see how nice it looks from a distance. But then later we came back out and we took some video. The gravel had already started moving away from the porch. And you can see all the edges there. In my opinion, that's not what we expected. So we weren't too happy with this. For the next few days, I noticed my husband's contemplating what is he going to do about it. And I went out there one day as he was working, and I noticed that he was putting up some forms. So that told me right there what he was going to do. He has all his forms up and said he was going to make like a step that would reinforce all of the sides. After I go and check all the forms, then within a week, I notice we have 2 new purchases. We have a new cement mixer, because I wasn't sure if he was going to pour it, have it poured again, or if he was going to do it himself. And he decided he was going to do it himself. I think he felt bad that he paid for that and it wasn't what we wanted, which, you know, it's not his fault. And then he also had a problem about the water. So he got on Facebook and he also purchased a big container that he could put water in. We have a well out there that we can get water from, but it's away from the house, and it's either by a hose or by a water container, and that's what he did. All right, I'm going to take you around and show you. This is what the side edges should have looked like on the first part, and you can see how nice and smooth they are. Now this was done properly. The forms were big enough. He went all the way down. Now, you can see up here, we're going to have to still put some dirt here and make a gradual incline to come up. And then this will be like a step up onto the porch. We can put some flowers or things like that, potted flowers on here for decoration. But right there, where there's still those cracks, he's got to fix all those by hand. But I just wanted you to see how well, this is going. Sometimes you just got to fix it yourself and do it right. But we're really pleased with it. Now I'm going to take you around to the front. And this is the roof for the front porch. I'm sorry about the mess. We just make a mess as we go and clean it up. But he used the metal. If for those of you that have been following us, we bought an old grain bin. And we're using the metal pieces inside for the walls of a bathroom. You'll see that video coming out as soon as there's more work done on it. But there is a video, I'll put it above, when we took it apart. And then he used them up here for the roof. And we're gonna stain all of the wood like a honey color. We're still deciding what color we want to paint the doors. If anybody has any suggestions, please put those in the chat. But that's it. We just decided to fix it, and sometimes that's the best thing to do, right? If they can't do it right the first time, how are they going to fix it right? And that's okay. We just keep moving forward.